do you really think he thinks Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be the starter next season?
I think that Jimmy G is going to get showcased very heavily in the offseason, whether that be through OTAs, whether that be through the preseason. I think that it's going to look like Jimmy G is the starter. Because I think right now it's all about making Jimmy G, like turning the narrative around Jimmy G to make him look like the guy or a guy that can be the guy for your team. And all because they already have the guy. Like I said, if Jimmy G was such a competitor, why are you bringing in CJ Beathard and Nick Mullins as the only people competing against him? Like, you could have brought in somebody that could be a starter, that people looked at as a starter to compete with this guy and push this guy if you knew that that was something that that drove him. I've never seen Jimmy G win at a quarterback competition.
I was going to say, what competition did he ever win? Ever.
Right? Yeah, no, Tom Brady, he wasn't better than Tom Brady to get into those games. Obviously when you're going against undrafted, guys like Nick Mullins and guys like CJ Beathard who, struggle in the league, like, yeah, you can look great, and I mean, he does win with Shanahan, but I don't see proof that he's this competitive quarterback that's just going to battle through all this adversity and, be the guy. Like, I just think it's all, if Kyle Shanahan had ever said these types of things earlier, maybe I'd believe it. But the fact that it's happening now just makes me think that, okay, now we got to make Jimmy G look good so we could, get the most out of trading for him, kind of thing.
Trey Lance seems much more competitive than Jimmy Garoppolo, athletic, smart, mature, better leader. I think I don't know. I think that the difference when they're on the field together is going to be stark to the media, to the coaches, to the players, and it'll be kind of natural. But there's no reason to say right now that Jimmy's in trouble or he's competing. Like, it'll just happen.
And even if they're not, even if they're even, you got to start Trey, because who are you investing in? Who should get those reps? Who do you want to see actually get better and progress with the system? You obviously are investing everything into Trey. Whether Jimmy gets better at the system, you don't really care about, because this is the last year he'll ever be, with the Niners, if he even lasts the whole season. So if they're even, you got to play Trey. Like, even if there's a little, like, the only way is if Jimmy's head over shoulders over better than Trey. And we already don't think that's, even if they just started right now, we don't think there's that much of a gap between them.
Yeah, my prediction is that they're going to just praise Jimmy a ton, and they're going to say he's a starter. He's a starter. There's no competition, but there will be a competition. Trey will get some reps with the first team. They won't make a big deal out of it. So we're just getting him his feet wet, and then all of a sudden the narrative will change a week later, and they'll say, man, Trey is way better than we thought. We weren't even expecting to have a quarterback competition. Now we can't keep him off the field. It'll just be one of these things where they're like, man, we didn't plan for it. We wanted to go slow with them, but wow, he's just blowing that's what I think is going to happen. They're just going to have.
So you think this is more? So you think this is more about hyping up Trey, or more about, because I think
it's not going to be like, hey, Jimmy sucks. Like, Jimmy's having a bad camp. They're going to, hey, Jimmy's doing great. Jimmy really responded. It's just that this guy Trey is even better than we expected. That's what I think is going to happen, because they're going to want to elevate Trey without dumping on Jimmy. Like you said, they want to trade him, and they can create the narrative that both are killing it in camp and that Trey is just special. That's what they're going to do, I think.
Yeah, and I mean, if a competing team's quarterback goes down in camp or is injured or something like that, Jimmy G is going to be the best option available for any other team. So I think that's why now you're seeing a narrative shift with Kyle Shanahan. Like, no, Jimmy G knows our offense. He's the best quarterback we have. And then, try to get, second or third round pick out of it. Yeah.
Translation, send me a second round pick. MGM Production says, did you hear Kyle say that his dad watches individual practice drills and he praised Chris Kosarik's drills? Thoughts? Yeah, I did know that.
Yeah.
His dad is chilling in Colorado, and he gets all the practice tape, like Google Drive to him. I mean, it's just uploaded in the cloud. He gets to look at it. I wish I got that kind of access. That's pretty cool.
I mean, if your dad is the football genius that Shanahan's dad is, why wouldn't you want his input? I mean, look at you. You're a journalist genius, and you get input from your dad all the time. So I think that's only I think that's only normal and probably the right thing to do.
Absolutely. It's just interesting that fans don't quite understand Mike Shanahan's involvement. And when asked about it, Kyle Shanahan tends to downplay it. But that's Mike Shanahan. That's the head coach's dad. Yeah,
Right.
he's kind of involved.